for them to vote. It wouldn't take 2 hours, they will have cleared. But of course, people come at the different times. What we are saying is, if you organize them properly, have not more than 700 people in a polling station, it's just a walk-in, walk-out. Some will come very early in the morning, some will come at about midday, but all they will just come, and it won't take even 30 minutes to vote. That has facilitated them to do other things so that they don't waste the whole day.
Okay.
Yes.
As you're on your journey to and calling on Kenyans, so millions of young people to register as voters, how can you restore the confidence, a young person's confidence in the electoral system, for them to believe that, you know what, my vote actually counts?
Yes, thank you very much. To restore that confidence, as I've told you, is first of all to make the process seamless. And once they have voted, you have come out with a manifesto. You will have come out with a manifesto. You are saying, look, this is what I'm going to do for you. And you actually endeavor to carry out that manifesto. You will have known, we are going, right now we are going around the country, getting views from various people, what their challenges are, what their problems are, what they would want their government to do for them. And we are, of course, inputting that into our manifesto. You come to power. If we have come to Mombasa, we are talking about the blue economy. Yeah. That is the major economic activity that can be undertaken here. You are talking about the blue economy. We will have come up with a manifesto saying what we want to do. How do we want to assist the people of coast, the coastarians, to earn a living? You want to enable them to fish. We have a lot of activity that will go there. If you are talking about fishing, it's a value chain. A value chain. There are those who will fish. There are those who will clean. There are those who will prepare and sell. So you're getting very many people involved in that value chain. The other thing which has not been exploited, for example, in the coast, Kenya has a long coastline. We don't have a shipbuilding industry. We don't have a shipbuilding. Some European countries with tiny coastlines, short coastlines, are doing marvelous. And it's not very difficult. It's a question of thinking seriously about it and invest.
Okay.
Mimi nitakurudisha pale kwa katiba. Katiba umesema utekelezaji wake uko hivi. Yani implementation yake iko chini. 15 years tuko kwenye katiba. Wewe ni binadamu wa sheria. Nikisema hivyo, you are a lawyer, umeshakuwa rais wa idara ya mahakama. Ni kitu gani ambacho kwamba utakifanya kuhakikisha kwamba hii katiba inatekelezwa vile inavyofaa, ili ifanye kazi ile ambayo kwamba kila Mkenya ataridhika, kwa sababu una ufahamu wa sheria?
Asante sana. Unajua, kwanza kabisa tusungumzie ufisadi.
Okay.
Katiba inatoa maelekezo ya ni akina nani wanatakikana kuwa mamlaka, na ukiwa kwa hiyo mamlaka unatakikana kufanya kazi yako kwa njia gani.
Yes.
Kwa uaminifu, na ujue ya kwamba ukiona sura ya kwanza ya katiba inasema with the people, all authority comes from the people.
Yes.
Sasa vile mambo inaendeshwa ni kama all authority comes from the leaders. Badala ya kutekeleza matakwa ya wananchi, wale ambao ni viongozi wanatekeleza matakwa yao
kwanza.
Sasa wanataka kutumia wananchi kutekeleza matakwa yao, badala ya kutekeleza matakwa ya wananchi. Na hiyo ndio kitu moja ambao tunaangalia, ile ya kusema tunataka kurudishia Wakenya ile mamlaka yao ya kusema hapa tunataka hii na hii na hii ifanyike. unajua katiba inasema tuwe na mazungumzo kabla ya kutekeleza kitu chochote.
Yes.
Public participation. Vitu ambao major projects ile kubwa inatakikana kufanywa, watu wanataka kuhusishwa, na kuhusisha watu ni kuwaeleza tunataka kufanya jambo hili na hili na hili, uwape muda wafikirie na uwapatie nafasi na pahali wanaweza kwenda watoe maoni yao.
Yes.
Na wakitoa hayo maoni yao yaangaliwe. Serikali inaangalia, nasema okay, watu ya hapa kitu wanazungumzia zaidi ukiangalia kama ni hapa pwani, kitu wanazungumzia zaidi ni vile mambo ya kazi yanafanywa kwa tuseme kwa port.
Yes.
Ni nini kasoro iko wapi? Ujue kasoro iko hapa na utimishe. Hiyo ndio kusema ni kuchukua maoni ya wananchi into account.
Yes.
Yes. So hiyo tutatekeleza tuwajibikia, tufanye vile wananchi wanataka.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now we're looking at, I want to look at politics and leadership. Okay. So our politics, Kenyan politics, is usually described as tribal and personality driven rather than issue based. How do you intend to change this culture?
Yes. Unajua watu we think about ethnic configuration.
Yeah.
You say I come from a big community, I have the numbers, so I'm going to do this and that. I happen to come from not a very big community. I am coming to the Kenyans, and if I'm elected, I will be very sure. It will be very clear in my mind that I have not been elected by the Kisis alone, for example. The Kisis will have voted for me like any other community. So I will consider the entire country as having brought me to power, and consider what their requirements are. And the constitution is very clear, in how to deal with the national issues. If it is a formation of government, the constitution wants us to take into account regional balance. Have you got people from every part of the country? First of all, it's of course merit. Then you consider and get people from all over the country, not from one region, and leave out. And that is the main problem. People feel like they are left out. Yeah. The government is not theirs. But if you follow the constitution, that's why I was telling you, if we follow the constitution, you will take care of the marginalized, you will take care of the disabled, you will take care of the youth, you will take care of the gender balance, and you have a government which is composed of people from various sectors, various groups, and they will feel represented.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you think we can ever vote beyond tribal lines?
We are going to do that. We started actually in 2022.
Okay.
We started moving from the tribal based to issues. What are the issues? Right now, if you listen, the Kenyans are saying, look, this is not working for us. It doesn't matter who is there, who is in power. He is not, fulfilling the promises he gave. That concern us. Like now, if you listen to the Kenyans, SHA is not working. SHA doesn't discriminate. It doesn't say this is from this community, so is favored. No, you listen to the chaos in education. It is all over the country. The teachers who are going on strike, it is from the entire nation. So those are the issues that require to be addressed. When it comes to corruption is affecting everybody. So now the talk out here is we need to rectify these problems. We need to face these issues and deal with them so that the Kenyans can be happy.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you had clashes with the executive before as a Chief Justice.
Yes.
I think you remember that. If you become the president, how would you balance respecting institutions while leading them? Because we see instances where, in as much as we go to the campaign trail and we say, I will do this, once you get to that position of the president, we see a disrespect of certain institutions that are supposed to be independent. How would you balance respecting institutions while leading them?
Yes. Thank you very much. One of the key issues I've raised that I will follow to the letter of the Constitution is to reset the country to constitutionalism. What does that mean? What that means is, let's go back. Where did the rain begin beating us? The Constitution is very clear on what should be done with regard to what. Education it has provided, health it has provided, welfare, respect for private property, all those are there. Socioeconomic rights are there. What I will do is to ensure and give very, very clear instructions to all the cabinet ministers, to all the officers working in government, that we are servants of the people. If we are servants of the people, we want to offer servant leadership. Now, coming to the institutions have been captured. You have people who are least qualified, manning some very key positions in some institutions. As a result, because they are not qualified, as a result, they are actually following a different agenda from that of the people. I will get the right people to man the right places. Then I will demand accountability. I will demand results. Coming to the judiciary is an arm of government. It makes decisions. The judiciary doesn't go out there to get cases themselves to decide. It is the people who take cases to court. And they are aggrieved. When they are aggrieved about a certain issue, they take the matter to court. Once the court has given a decision, and quite a number of cases are either against the government or by the government itself. The government is a huge litigant in the courts. Once a decision has been made against the government, if the government is not happy, I will give instructions to my people to appeal. You appeal. If you appeal to the Supreme Court and the Supreme Court still says dismisses our plea, you raise up your hand and say, okay, this is what the courts have said. That is the law, and we have to comply with what the court has said. That's what is supposed to be. The government cannot require people to obey laws it does not itself obey.
Okay.
Yeah.
What lessons from your judiciary leadership are you carrying into politics?
Order, law and order. Law and order. It's when you follow the law, when you follow what you keep to your lane, as it were.
Yeah.
You know, the three arms of government. If you are in the executive, you are not supposed to like interfere with the work of the judiciary. You are not supposed to interfere with the work of parliament. I will respect those institutions. I will respect other arms of government, and know that the Constitution has given power to all these institutions. I have said in many decisions I have made in the past that constitutional power is constrained power. What that means is that you keep to your lane. Don't interfere with other people. You know, we have the executive, we have the legislature, we have the judiciary, and we have independent commissions. All those have to be respected and facilitated, so that they are able to perform. Like if you talk of the Anti-Corruption Commission, EACC, we have a lot of corruption in the country. I want to deal with it. What do I need to do? I need to make sure that the Anti-Corruption Commission has enough funding. the Anti-Corruption Commission, if they require investigators, in fact, that's where you should have, the most intelligent investigators to deal with the crime, because these are complex matters, and you need people who can thoroughly investigate, so that when they come with the cases to court, they have evidence that is going to result in convictions, and as a result of that, you deter people from committing offenses. Yeah. So it's respected the mandates of those institutions, and facilitated them to carry out their mandate.
We've talked about corruption. You've mentioned corruption as an issue. How would you hold to account leaders who are corrupt? How would you hold them to account? Because again, we're also seeing a space where there are a lot of graft cases, but then they go under. We see investigation from ESCC, and then the cases go under. How would you hold those leaders to account?
Yes, that's what I was saying. Get these institutions to carry out their work. Once the investigations have been done, you will make sure that there is no interference. There is no interference. There is no big fish and small fish. Everybody should be equal before the law. If somebody has committed an offense, if somebody has stolen government funds, in fact, those are the ones you should be really, really serious with, because an economic crime is a terrible crime. It affects very many. It affects the whole country. So it's a question of ensuring that investigations are not interfered with. You must have heard of reports in the past where some people were saying, "Look, you're just going to court. This is a round you make rounds in court. There will be no conviction." And they are right when they are saying that. Why? Because they are messed with the investigations at the very beginning. The court cannot convict without evidence. That's the law. So the investigation is interfered with. The investigation is not carried out properly. As a result, they bring evidence to court that they know is not going to stand the test of the law. So that's why I said investigations must be thorough. Every institution must carry out its mandate thoroughly, and then you will have convictions.
Okay.
If you, for example, you find that the courts have dismissed cases, and the courts have done that, they dismissed cases and said, look, these were short investigations, you'll get hold of those people who investigated. Why did you do this? You knew that this is not taking you anywhere. This is a PRE exercise. You take action against him. The others will follow suit.
All right. I'm looking at youth and employment now, and unemployment remain the biggest challenge for young people in Kenya, especially in the Coast region. What specific policies would you introduce to create jobs and opportunities for the youth?
Thank you very much. The youth, if you follow the youth protests, what the youth want, they are not asking for favors. My understanding of their protests, they are not asking for favors. First of all, they are asking for a level playground where they can all compete equally. Not because you are known by any godfathers or people from your community. Now, the youth require to be engaged. There are those who have gone to school and have done very well. Some of them are coming up with innovations. Those innovations are one thing we are going to pay a lot of attention to. Make sure that any innovations they come up with, they are assisted, they are funded to come out clearly with those innovations. I mean, the world is operating on technology. The world is operating on innovations. People have come up with innovation. So what we will do is to make sure that those who come up with creative ideas that can be turned into business, you protect them. We will protect them under the Intellectual Properties Act, and make sure that if there are new innovations, they are patented. And those who come up with those innovations are rewarded. They get loyalties. Now, there is a lot the youth can do, even in farming. They come up with the new ideas, is to assist them. Those who want to go into business, SMEs, we will fund them and assist them, give them even a tax holiday, so that they come up. If there are tenders that the youths can do, there is no discrimination. If you say, look, this kind of tenders, let them be given to you, to the youth. You are talking about a group of people, not necessarily from this community. You're saying this kind of tenders, give them to the young people, because that's something they can do, so that they are also involved in the economic activities of the country.
Okay. You have talked about innovation, and I will still go back to the fact that a lot of youths are in right now. People are in campuses, in colleges, right? And you graduate and there are no job opportunities. So unemployment is indeed an issue.
Yes.
And again, not everybody can be in a space of starting a business.
Yes.
What's the best way that Kenya, as a country, that we could actually solve this problem where youths are jobless because they're going to school, they're getting out of the schools, they're graduating, but then there's no employment. Yes, and it's true. The youths don't need handouts.
Exactly. What we have is a ravaged economy. The government has literally abandoned the business community. They are not supporting the business community, so that there can be large production, which in turn will create employment opportunities. I mean, you must have heard of quite a number of companies that have closed down in Kenya and have gone to other countries. You get a company which is having 1,000, 2,000 employees closing down. You know how many people are affected by that. Now, instead of having companies going to other countries, you want to attract them to come back. You want to attract foreign investment into your country. One of the major problems we have with the new investors is that those in authority demand shares before they can allow them to operate in the country. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And as a result, when those kind of demands are met, the foreign companies go elsewhere, where they can do their business. So that will be a thing of the past. If anything, government is supposed to go out to the business community and ask, what did you want us to do for you to thrive? When the business thrives, you not only get revenue by way of taxes, you also get employment for young people. So we will do everything we can to rebuild the economy, go to agriculture, go to industry, all sectors, so that the business thrives. One of the other things that has affected the business in this country is the government's heavy borrowing. The government has borrowed heavily from the local banks. As a result of that, the local banks are not keen to lend to SMEs because there are risks of recovery. What they would want is to go to government, because government is guaranteed returns without any hassle. As a result of that, interest rates have gone too high for SMEs to borrow. We will. That's one area I will focus on, and make sure that we reduce that drastically, so that the banks can go and lend to people. The interest rates will come down, and the young people, those who are starting small businesses, can borrow and also survive in that. So there are quite a number of areas in the economy that we will look at that will boost the economy, that will revive the economy, so that there is money in the economy,
okay,
and that will assist everyone.
All right. How will you then make sure that the youth are not just voting, I know right now we're seeking votes, right? How will you make sure that the youths are not just voting, but also represented in decision-making positions under your leadership?
Exactly. Thank you very much. The youth, we should have like a succession plan. Those of us who are getting old, you must understand that you are there for a very short time. So what are you trying to do? You must build the young people so that when you exit, the country moves on. Besides that, there are some areas where the young people with the technology are better fast than the old fogies, as sometimes we call ourselves. They can use technology much better, and they are versatile. They are able to harness technology and do quite a number of things. So give them all they need is to be given an opportunity of leadership. What are we going to do? The problem in this country is those who are being elected to power are those who have money that they have dished handouts, money that they have corrupted their way into leadership. As a result of that, the young people don't get an opportunity at all. They have just come out of college. They don't have money. In fact, even if you said you want them to pay nomination fee of say 100,000 shillings, that's a huge problem in the first place. So what we are doing is we are actually advising the young people to go into leadership positions, and I'm happy that I'm working with a team of young people. Some of them are here outside, who are aspiring for various positions. Some as MCAs, and some as even parliamentary seats and even Senate. They are aspiring, and we want to tell them that this time round, we want everybody to be considered. As you may have heard, and I'm sure that's one of the questions you have for me. I don't have money myself. I don't have the billions to launch. To run a presidential campaign.
Yeah.
I am going to ask the Kenyans to support me. In that support, if we can get as many young people also supported to run, it will be my greatest pleasure. And come now to government, that's where we want to give them opportunities. There are areas where the young people can do a lot better than the old people, especially where you require technology. So that's what we want. My government will have many young people in great positions, and so that they also feel part of the government.
Okay.
Yeah.
Mi nitazungumzia swala la uchaguzi. Alizungumzia election, ukasema kwamba ukabila kuanzia mwaka uchaguzi uliopita kwamba kidogo muonyesha dalili kwamba unafutika. Lakini katiba yenyewe kuhusiana na 50+1 ndio inafanya watu waje na miungano ya kwamba nikichukua upande huu na nikichukua upande huu nitakuwa nimepata 50, alafu hii moja nitaitoa pwani. Na ndio maana tunaona mirengo inakwenda kikabila. How are you going to work kuhakikisha kwamba una achieve hiyo 50+1 ili wafanyie hayo ambao kwamba umeyasema hawa Kenya ambao kwamba pengine watakuunga wewe mkono? Kwa sababu kwenye katiba vile ambavyo umesema ni katiba nzuri, iko hivyo, imepangwa hivyo, lazima 50+1. Na ndio maana kila tukifika kwenye uchaguzi Barisa, Miriam na Bilal wanaungana, wanakuja pamoja ili kuhakikisha wanaipatia 50+1. Na hapo ndio ukabila mahali unapoingilia. Yes.
Hakuna kasoro kwa hiyo.
Yes.
Rais atakikani kuchaguliwa na sehemu moja ya nchi. Kama hakukuwa na hiyo 50+1, unaweza pata kama iko wale candidates wengi, unaweza pata rais yule ambaye ana kura nyingi, ile kura nyingi zote zimetoka pale moja. Unaona? Ndio sababu katiba inasema 50+1 kuhakikisha ya kwamba huyu rais ambaye amechaguliwa sio mtu amechaguliwa kutoka kwa sehemu moja. Kwa hivyo hiyo kwanza hiyo tukubaliane hivyo. Kitu ingine ya kuangalia ni kwamba ukabila uwezi kupata 50+1 from one community. Lazima upate kila pahali. Ndio sababu inasema 50+1. That means you will have to get win in at least more than 24 counties in the country, so that you are a representative. Yes. Kwa hivyo hilo ulisema ati ukabila huko, I mean, wakati huo kama sasa mimi kama ninasema, nilikwambia ninatoka community ambao sio wengi.
Yeah.
I mean, kupata hiyo 50+1 ni kusema nimechaguliwa na Wakenya wengi. Yes, so I am a president ambao amechaguliwa na Wakenya wengi. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Now, I want to take you to now the economy and the cost of living in the country. And our economy right now, as it's under strain. One would say there's high cost of living. There's a huge debt burden, and there are limited opportunities now for ordinary citizens, right? What is your economic recovery plan?
Economic recovery plan is to look literally at every sector of the economy.
Okay.
Agriculture. There's a lot we can do. We can use technology in various agricultural activities. I mean, even dairy farming. We can use technology. We can use a lot of modern ways of farming. Zero grazing. There are quite a number of farmers who have hardly an acre, and they have 100 dairy cattle. What are they doing? Zero grazing. They are able to buy feeds from various places and bring and then they are able to have a lot of milk. So those are among the things that we are going to do. One of the other things which has affected the farmers in this country is the inputs, the cost of input, fertilizer. The government has said it is subsidizing fertilizer. You know what happened in the last financial year? I mean, year. The government literally sold sand to farmers in the form of fertilizer. That kind of theft, that kind of fraud on the Kenyan people, those are among the things we will ensure don't happen. Facilitate the farmers so that they can produce, and once it has produced, the government now takes over, finds a way of taking over the produce, or encourage the private sector to take over the produce and distribute to the rest of the country. So the young people can be involved in all this, and if you work it properly, you will get that, I mean, like agriculture, the mainstay of the country. You will have very many people being employed. One of the things we have not done is value addition. We produce whatever we produce and throw it into the market. If it is milk, it is hardly properly processed, so that the farmer gets value for his money. Those are the kind of things. Value addition. You don't produce avocado and send it the way it has come from the farm to the world market. You process it, as other countries are doing, so that you get a good return for the people. So those are among the things we are going to do. Those in manufacturing, their main complaint is the cost of power. The cost of power. It is too high, and it is driving them out of business. We will look at the independent power supplying contracts,
Yeah.
and see what can be done so that the cost of power is reduced for industries to be able to operate. I mean, those are among the things the government should do to facilitate the business community to do their work.
Okay.
They are monopolies. They are monopolies in some of the businesses, and as a result, they are driving out quite a number of business the business communities. You get a level playing ground. Avoid those monopolies so that you have very many people involved in the business community.
All right.
I mean, business activities.
I'm taking you back to the debt burden, because right now I'm looking at our public debt to GDP ratio is approximately 67.4%. That is as of December 2024, and this is above the IMF's recommended 50% threshold for developing countries. What would you do to reduce the debt burden in Kenya?
The borrowing. The borrowing is what most of the borrowing that we have is odious debt. What is odious debt? Odious debt is borrowing money. Literally, all government borrowing should be linked to projects. Particularly the foreign. We had the Eurobond. There are cases in court. I don't want to go into that because those cases are in court. That money was borrowed and it didn't go to any project. You can say it has gone to this project. So what we are going to do is to ensure that we are not going to borrow. We are not going to borrow to spend. We are going to borrow to do projects that are going to spur economic activities in the country, and reduce borrowing as much as possible. Right now, as you said, it was 60, in fact it has gone to 70. You can't develop. A country cannot develop with that. If you are having 70% of the GDP going to service loans, what are you going to use to even pay the current expenditure and carry out the development? One of the things I will look at is how we can restructure. We will do audit of the public debt and see how we can restructure that, reduce borrowing as much as possible, and restructure what we have so that the repayment doesn't take all the money. You are left with some money to inject into the various sectors of the economy.
All right. We are speaking to Chief Justice Emeritus David Maraga. And of course, right now our lines are open. If you have any question for us, 0700917917. We will be right back after the news. Good morning.